white man said white people need to stop talking about Greece. I agree because white people, they got their own vision of what Greece is, what Greece was about, and Greece was not very white. All right, Greece was very, very, very multicultural. Right, everything that white people worship about Greece, right, they're really worshiping what Africa gave Europeans. Everything about Greece, their architecture, their philosophies, their sciences, all that was given to them by Africans, not just the Egyptians, by Africans in general. All right. So you can all of Greeks' history and everything they've ever accomplished ever was after us, the teacher, the black people, taught them how to be civilized. Keep that in mind.
Europeans need to shut up about the Greeks. Just shut up about them, okay? Because every time they say the Greeks, what they really mean is a carefully sanitized museum exhibit where they vacuumed out half the Mediterranean and locked the door on everyone else who was actually in the room. They say Greek civilization like it sprang fully formed out of marble, untouched, unborrowed, unentangled. Like the Aegean wasn't sitting there as a crossroads getting flooded with ideas, mathematics, cosmologies, and technologies from Egypt, the Phoenicians, Mesopotamia, from everywhere that didn't look like them. They keep trying to claim the Greeks the way a latecomer tries to claim a seat that's been occupied for centuries. Suddenly, every philosopher becomes European heritage. Every theorem becomes Western thought. Like geometry just magically appeared without ever passing through the hands of Egyptian surveyors measuring the Nile, or Babylonian astronomers measuring the sky with a precision Europeans wouldn't touch for centuries. And it's always selective. They don't talk about how Greek writers themselves pointed outward, toward Egypt especially, as a source of knowledge. They don't talk about how Greek culture was entangled with older, deeper civilizations that Europeans spent centuries ignoring, looting, or rewriting. Instead, it becomes this neat little origin story. Greece, Rome, Europe, like a straight line drawn by someone who erased every other coordinate on the map. And it's the confidence that makes it absurd. The way they invoke the Greeks like intellectual ancestors while standing thousands of years removed, skipping over the Byzantines, the Ottomans, the entire Eastern Mediterranean continuity, just to plant a flag and say, this is ours. As if proximity in storytelling replaces proximity in history. And then they act like everyone else is reaching when those connections get pointed out. Like it's controversial to say that knowledge moves, cultures interact, that civilizations build on each other. Meanwhile, their entire argument depends on pretending that movement never happened. At some point, it stops being admiration and starts looking like historical ventriloquism, using the Greeks as a mouthpiece to say Europe over and over, louder each time, hoping nobody notices how much had to be muted to make that sound convincing.